So this is kind of my first review video, I guess. It's gonna be edited. I don't really know what this is gonna turn into. I don't have a script for this or anything. I'm just making a video. Uh so let's go ahead, let's jump right in, I guess. Not really much else to say. Just my first review video. So basically what the deal is I was in a an old bookstore place looking for a copy of Romeo and Juliet for school. But I ended up getting sidetracked and looking at some other cool stuff that they had there too. What I ended up looking at was this Game Boy that was on display. This said Game Boy Advance SP plus accessory kit for $60. Now that's pretty vague. I didn't really know what I was gonna get, so I just said, screw it. So I went ahead and bought it. And what it turned out was a whole freaking buttload of accessories. You might have thought I was exaggerating a little bit. No, no. This is so many accessories. It is ridiculous. Look at all this crap. There is so much stuff here. So basically what I think I'm going to be doing is just going down the list and telling you what each one is and what its function is, how weird it is. Some of these things are really, really weird and probably should not exist, but that's what makes them fun. That's why I wanted to do this video. Without any further delay, let's get started. First up, this thing. Snaps onto the Game Boy. Bam! Now your Game Boy's more comfortable in your hands than it normally would be. Though it kind of defeats some of the portability that the Game Boy has to offer, but it's still nice to have. Not much else to say about that, so moving on. Next up, the game carrier. It's pretty simple. It's a little case that carries games that snaps onto the front of the Game Boy. You know, just in case you didn't want to just throw them in your pocket. It's pretty useful, actually, and I usually have it on me when I'm carrying games on the go. This next little gadget came as kind of a surprise to me. Not because it's weird, but just because it showed me something I didn't know. Basically how it works is you fit it into the little slot on the back of the SP, and then you can use headphones or earbuds on the Game Boy SP. But that's the thing. I actually didn't even realize that there wasn't a headphone jack anywhere on this thing. That's kind of strange considering the Game Boy Color before it did have a headphone jack, and even the original Game Boy from 1989. Now, why would the original Game Boy from 1989 have a headphone jack, but the SP from 2002 wouldn't? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know, maybe they were trying to conserve space or something. It doesn't bother me all that much. Now, this is where stuff starts to get a little bit weird. Don't get me wrong, some of these next things can be useful. They're just bizarre. Here's where we begin our descent into weirdness with the screen magnifier. Now, I think this thing is great. It is very useful, and it makes what it does basically is make the screen larger or appear larger. Probably easy to figure out, but it's just so weird how it exists. I mean, it's a really strange idea. It is useful, but I mean, look at it. It looks really doofy and weird. Anyway, makes the screen larger, useful, not much else to say. On to the next one. Then there's the charger stand, which, I mean, I don't see why anybody would really care so much about a charger stand. It just another way of charging things, but yeah, it's a charger stand. I don't know about you, but it kind of reminds me of the spaceship from Star Fox.
Fox, do a barrel roll. Whoops.
Then you got your protection cases. These are kind of weird considering the Game Boy is already pretty durable, and some of the other accessories already cover the front anyway. But
There's not much to say about them, although the kit did come with two for some reason. They snap onto the front and I guess protect it. These little fronts snap off, and then you can put different colored ones on. I'm really not sure why you would care all that much, but I don't know. Customizability, I guess. Moving on. This one is great. You've probably seen people walking around with the little phone holders that they strap to their belt or to their shirt pocket or whatever. Well, imagine one of those, but for the Game Boy. Yeah.
You clip it onto your shirt, slide the Game Boy in, and bam, you're the coolest kid walking around the hallways of your high school. Yeah, I can imagine all the other kids looking at you while you're walking down to your next class, being all envious, like, look at that guy. Oh man, he looks so cool with his Game Boy on his shirt. I wish I had me one of those. Don't. Don't wear this thing. Don't do it.
This one is a real doozy. The speaker. Oh, yeah. You hook it into the back of the Game Boy, and bam, you're listening to your pixelated music in high definition, baby. Yeah, I can just imagine you walking around town, all the cool kids looking at you. Hey, ever wanted to listen to that song at the beginning of Pokemon Gold in high definition so all the other kids can hear? Well, now you can. Wow. Just wow. How magical is that?
All right, this is it. The weirdest thing in this entire kit. I saved the best for last. And trust me, you are not prepared for this. I wasn't prepared for this. Here it is, the king of weird, the master of freakishness. This thing.
At first, I wasn't even sure what this thing was. At first glance, it looks like some kind of sound mixer or something like that. But when I snapped it into the Game Boy, it didn't do anything to the sound. That's when I realized that there's a headphone jack on one of the sides. So I tried that out and country music started playing. That's when I realized
This is a radio! Why does this exist? Why does this exist? This does not need to exist. I mean, I cannot think of not one situation in which this would be helpful, useful, or entertaining at all. Well, I can't think of one scenario. Okay, picture this. You're an early 2000s kid, say in 7th grade. You get on the bus to go to school, and then you realize, oh no, I forgot my Philips portable CD player. Now I can't listen to Sum 41 while I go to school. What will I ever do? But no worries, you got your trusty Game Boy in your pocket, and you have your radio attachment. So you pull it out, snap that thing in, put some headphones on, and there you go. You're listening to your crappy local radio station with bad sound quality and horrible connection. What more could life have to offer? Well, there you go. The only situation in which I think this could be useful. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm pretty sure I'm done with this.